Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're spending some time with family as well as on the computer. We're going to add our first moves window list, and I reckon we're probably going to have 3, 4, 5 of these things on our character sheet by the time we're done. So back still on car sheet main, I've created a couple of extra frames as well in between, but I'm just going to add in a window list from the toolbar on the right, and just roughly got its positions right so I can set it. So we're sticking with whole numbers or fives. So they both look good. We're going to go with 5 on the left, and we're going to set the frame to be frame window list, a new frame we've created, and we are going to give this is going to be moves for the class name. Allow create yes, allow delete yes. For drop classes will be moves, and we need a data source. So this is going to be dot basic moves. Need the dot. We're going to call the window list moves basic. Maybe we'll change this to moves basic, so all the moves are next to each other in the database as well. Can grow true. Minimum height, we're going to go like 100, and we're going to set the height to 100. Good. We're going to set a offset, frame offset of like 5, 33, 5,8. And we also need a class. So the class here should be moved, which should be moves car sheet. We have to create that window class. So let's keep that one for the moment. Moves basic. It's at the bottom. That's fine. Let's add a label. Y position will be like 185. X will be like 15, and the text will be basic moves. Might get truncated to basic later on when we see some of the longer ones. The font reference H, font color is going to be white, being on top of black, and we're going to make it a little bit longer. We're also going to make let's lock that up. Let's make this one wider as well. I think we can go 280 to fit 2 of them side by side. Good and good, and which means we've got 280, we've got 270 in our moves car sheet that we're going to create. So let's create that one next. So it's a new window. Name is moves car sheet, and it's going to be like height. It's going to be like 24. No frame. Don't need to resize. I don't need any of these. No data source. Frame. Okay. It's pretty much all we need. Okay, we need a width. 270. Alright, let's lock that. Now let's add a link. You know what? We can actually get some of these off. Moves. Car sheet. Moves. Just moves. We can grab those two. Drop them on. That's not quite right. Okay, so let's lock them there. Link should be correct. Name, we need to move it. Should start at 22. We have a smaller gap on these because space is so finite. 150 at the moment. We're going to have some extra fields here. We're going to also need a button for iDelete. We need a button here at the top, 20 by 20, no frame, no text. I'll give it a class. Okay, we'll come and do those icons in a sec. Let's just drop the template on here. Button iDelete. And we also need to possibly set some icons, normal button delete, and pressed icon button delete down, or something similar. Button delete. Okay. Cool. So let's bump that right to the top. And that should be the bare minimum that we need for moves car sheet. And we want to moves car sheet over here. Okay, let's push this out and see what we get. Okay, tabletop has reloaded. Basic moves. Okay, we need to add the add and delete buttons up here. We'll just manually add one. Okay, we've got a link icon. I updated that. We've got the title here. We need a bit of padding at the top. Obviously I didn't leave enough spacing in my frame offset, and I don't see the delete button, but we shouldn't because it should be hidden. Okay, we can probably get rid of the 5 pixels on the left, but we need a bit of padding at the top, and I need some add and delete buttons on the right here. We do something like add a button. Again, let's get rid of the frame. Let's get the icons. Button add down, and we need a class, advanced template. Button iAdd needs a name, something like basic button iAdd or basic moves. And we need also to add some extra properties here. We need a, I think, target and property name, something like basic moves. Let's see what that does. Actually, let's add the other button. Let's set this one up as button delete. Let's change this to iEdit, and what am I going to call this? Something like that. And over here we're going to increase this, try that 35, decrease it at this end, 0, 0, and see what we get. Wow, the project is like, I don't know, only a fraction of the way done and I'm losing my voice already. Okay, basic moves. Let's we've got some of these are not quite right. We can, okay, there's some scripts and stuff that run there. I've got to get these names correct for these. Let's see what we have to do. First thing, we don't want these as delete, this should be edit. And I think this can just be basic moves. I edit. Does it have to be basic underscore moves? The window list. Basic underscore moves. Okay. We've also got to see if these are correct. Let's push it and find out. Actually, let's make this to 80, which means we can also move that one over. Let's anchor that one right. And I think it should be invisible. It should only become visible when the script runs to do that. Okay, we're still missing something here. Basic moves I add. Of course, my frame is not called basic moves. It's moves basic. Okay, we need to also change this label. Okay, pushing it again. Okay, let's see what we get. This is still visible, and this one is still invisible. Maybe I set the wrong ones. Add entry. Getting closer, get a different error message. Okay, couple of things here. I think we've missed a template here that controls a bunch of this. List text. We also, there's something wrong here. I think these icons are not correct. Button edit. Button edit. Does look right. And edit down. I am not sure why that's not showing up just at the moment. Okay. In here we need to change this button I delete just called delete. One of the scripts is looking for that name, but I'm still not sure why this one's not loading. I admit I have this problem every time I start a new rule set. I've got to get these right and then I just duplicate them across. So you can see the edit list is actually there, but it's not, okay, it's down here off the page. This is the actual icon that should be up here. For some reason it's slipped, so let's get that anchoring right. That shouldn't be too hard to fix. Let's quickly go back. Okay, why is this? Let's stack it with control moves basic. This is 185 down, 185 down. Okay, it really shouldn't. Oh. This has got a frame offset somehow. I must have had two objects selected when I set that. This was selected, so that's where my problem is on that one. Okay, So that layout should be fixed. On my moves car sheet, my delete button needed to be called iDelete and not button underscore iDelete or anything else like that. Last push, and we'll test. Okay, so if we go to delete, that's working, or we can actually remove it completely. If we add, we get a new one, we can remove that. Okay, and we should also, hopefully, although I'm not sure, we added the allow drop. We did. Okay, so hack and slash has come in across from there as well. So perfect. What we're going to do next is duplicate this a number of times. We've got starting moves, basic moves, advanced moves, class moves, and advanced class moves, something like that. Fantastic. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you again soon.